Do you know that feeling? You're sitting at your drawing table and then, just like that, it happens. You've made a blot right there on your paper. But today, I'm going to show you how that works in a tutorial. We're going to draw this blot together. Let's start with the sketch. Just draw a blot on your paper. And of course, add a few more drops on the side. Here, or here, and maybe over here too. Draw these a little more elongated. Now let's start with the outlines. I'm using a slightly softer pen here and drawing the outlines a bit thicker. If you're excited to join more drawing tutorials or want to learn how to draw from scratch, step by step, check out my website. You'll also find links to my drawing courses in the description. But let's keep going now. Here, keep drawing the outlines nice and bold, and once you're done with that, we'll start sketching out the areas for the shading. First, we want to decide which parts should be darker and which ones should stay completely light. Here, the light should be completely reflected in the splatter, so there will be some totally white areas and also some very black or very dark areas. First, I'm just sketching all of that in. Try to do it just like I'm doing. Here as well, and then also over here. Basically, there are a few areas, and in the center, we'll create a completely black area. Maybe add a reflection right in the middle here, too. You can just vary it a bit, experiment a little, and work with different areas here as well. Now, let's really press down on the pencil and start coloring in the areas nice and dark. And in between, I'm creating a nice, soft transition. I do this by simply varying the pressure on my pencil, which lets me create lighter or, respectively, darker areas. Here, add a few more shadows on the side, and then let's move on with the drawing. Again, just fill this area in completely black, so really press down hard on your pencil. And to keep from smudging your drawing, it's a good idea to put a sheet of paper underneath your hand. I just use a piece of transparent paper so I can still see where the drawing continues. But you can use any other kind of paper too. And like I said, just press down firmly now, and I vary the direction I'm drawing in to really make the area nice and dark. You can also use the flat side of your pencil here to work faster. But for now, just fill everything in really dark and change up the direction a bit so it all turns out nice and deep. And now, back to the transitions. So again, vary the pressure a bit along the edges and create soft transitions so you don't end up with really harsh lines, but instead get nice, smooth blends. And as you can see, I'm doing this everywhere. It's done exactly the same way each time. You can do this yourself, too. And once you're done with that and have drawn in the drops, your blotch is basically finished. And if you want, you can add a bit of background now. Here, I just use the flat side of the pencil and fill in the entire background. By drawing the strokes all in the same direction, the background turns out nice and even. If you want everything to look even softer, just use a paper blender or blending stump, whatever you prefer. You can also use a tissue or, for example, a cotton swab to blend everything together. Basically, you're just making the individual strokes a bit softer and more even. And if you want to keep learning to draw right after this exercise, with real drawing tutorials and all the extras, then I highly recommend my drawing courses. There's also a drawing course for beginners here, as well as courses to dive deeper into specific topics. But no matter what you choose, I wish you lots of fun drawing.